Hey everybody! So today is Tuesday, and for me that means Transformation Tuesday. I know I've shared a little bit about my journey to health and fitness over the last year, and I just thought for today, instead of writing something out and putting up pictures, that I would share it over video. So just kind of tell you a little bit about my story and what I have gone through and what I've found has worked for me. So it started back, I think I can remember going on my first diet when I was in 7th grade, so like 12 years old. And I specifically remember having this little diet pamphlet and sitting with one of my friends in the library and us talking about our diet that we were going to go on. And back then I was not overweight. I just probably was, it's an awkward, uncomfortable time in your life. So I guess I thought somewhere someone had told me or I had heard something that I needed to go on a diet. So that's where it all started. From then on, I tried lots of different diets. And my weight was just kind of like up and down. And I was never obese or really that overweight, but I was never happy with myself. And I was never at a healthy point, I would say. And and it was more than just physically. It was like mentally, that was something that was always on my mind. Always thinking about needing to lose weight or how I looked or, just getting off the extra pounds. And so I fluctuated from wanting to do diets and just trying to starve myself throughout the day, not eat anything, to doing the low carbs, to, I think in end of high school was when I really first started to exercise, and I was on the swim team. I started running on a treadmill and started trying to control my weight that way. So it was really like something that controlled a lot of my thoughts, a lot of my mind, and I was never really happy with myself. Outwardly, I never really looked super overweight, I wouldn't say, but it was definitely a struggle for me most of my life. And when I got pregnant with Claire was when I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm not even going to worry about anything. I'm pregnant. I'm going to eat whatever I want. I still tried to work out a little bit, but when you're pregnant, it's hard to really do much. And I gained 50 pounds in that pregnancy. And in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, I'll work it off after. And so I signed up for a half marathon while I was pregnant as kind of a motivation to get myself out of that slump. And I, so ran the half marathon, ran probably like 10 or so after that. It was just kind of my mode of like, yeah, I'm going to run half marathons. But I never really lost an extra 20 pounds. I kept on 20 pounds from that pregnancy. Never lost that. Still had these feelings of just like, just not happy with myself. Not able to find peace with where I was at. Not able to really find a solution that worked for me. And what I realize now is that I really didn't want to change my nutrition was always horrible. Really, it was. And so-called diet foods that we have out there are pretty horrible themselves. Low-fat stuff, diet, Coke, all that, it's not really good for you. But I kind of knew, fruits and vegetables are the way to go, but I didn't really know how to start that. I didn't know appropriate portions, and so I just never really looked at it from the angle of health. It was always an angle of, I gotta lose weight and get pounds off. And so when I had my second pregnancy, when I got pregnant the second time, I was just more determined than ever to not gain 50 pounds. That was like all that was on my mind. I was even reading through some of my journals from when I was pregnant with Audrey, and it's kind of sad how much of that took over my thoughts. And that's what I was writing about, was like, oh, I did good today. I went to workout class and I didn't eat too bad and blah, blah, blah. And it was just a lot of what was on my mind. And so I, while I was pregnant with Audrey, I reverted back to the only thing I really knew, which was running, and I signed up for another half marathon for when I was done, for when it would be like 3 or 4 months postpartum. And I don't know why I just went back to the marathon, because half marathons, because obviously that hadn't totally worked for me in the past. With Claire, I had run several marathons or half marathons, and I had never lost that extra 20 pounds. But it's funny how we do that. We just kind of go back to what we're comfortable with. So anyway, I wasn't really looking for anything. I posted something on Instagram, I think, about wanting, running and trying to get back in shape. And I had a friend reach out about doing this 21-day fix thing with her. And I was like, oh, I don't know. That's new and different and scary. But it felt like fate a little bit, just because the program was 21 days and I had exactly 21 days until I went back to work from maternity leave. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go for it. Paid the money, which motivated me even more. I had to prove to Colin that it was going to happen and going to be real, and I was going to stick to it. So I did it. And I started to learn how to eat whole foods, real clean foods, how to work out only 30 minutes a day. I didn't have to kill myself in the gym or run for 2 hours to get a good workout in. We also started working a lot on our mindset and just what we were focusing on and what our habits were. And slowly, the first round, I stuck to it really well, and I lost a total of 10 pounds in the first round, and I felt awesome. Like, I felt so good. I had so much more energy. I had no idea how bad I had felt, because that wasn't ever really my focus. My focus was more just on, how I looked. It wasn't really about how I felt and about overall health. And so, yeah, I felt great, and I was like, you know what, I got to keep going, and I did, and I've just continued to keep going, and my mindset has continued to change, and my habits have continued to change, and things have continually, as I've added in new things, old ways and old habits have just been pushed more and more out, where there's just not room for them in my life. And honestly, the new habits and the new things that I'm doing feel so much better. I've lost a total of 30 pounds so far. And honestly, I don't really weigh myself anymore, because my focus is more on continual overall health and just feeling good and being happy with who I am and this body that God has given me, and setting a good example for my girls and my family. And so that's where I'm at right now. And honestly, I am so much happier. The actions have become habits. So my workouts have become habits. It's not something that I think about all day long anymore. The food is just, I do my meal prep, and that's a habit on the weekends, and I don't even think about it during the week. I just grab and go. And if I have something that's off plan, it's okay. It's not going to derail me. I'm going to, pick right back up in the next meal and the next time I'm hungry and eat something healthy. And I can continue on, and it can be a lifestyle. It can change. So hopefully my story and the posts that I've put up are encouraging people, because I understand just the struggle of it. I do. I've been there. And so I hope that my posts are motivating people. I hope I'm inspiring people. I hope I can help many, many, many more people. I already have a few people that I'm so excited to help that have reached out to me. And if this is your year, if you are wanting a change, not just physically, but mentally, if you're wanting something that is going to change you for life and change your lifestyle, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I love talking to people in general. I love sending recipes. I love sharing ideas and tips. So reach out. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see y'all next time.